But fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one incredibly awesome, super cool, and amazing ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on YouTube, sponsored by Manning Motorsports. So, with that being said, I would like to welcome to the show Mr. Landon Gasseling. Welcome to the show, Mr. Landon.
Hi.
So, Landon, let's talk about your awesome and illustrious and amazing racing career. Where did it all begin for you?
Well, back when I was 7, I started in quarter midgets and then worked my way up to 600s. And now this summer I've been racing 600s.
So, Landon, when you were racing quarter midgets, did you have a lot of success right out of the gate?
No, not right out of the gate. I did all right in novice, and when I moved up, I did okay, but it took a couple years for me to finally get a national win.
Okay, so Landon, when you first climbed into the race car for the first time, and you were strapped in to take that track, were you scared or nervous at all?
No, I don't really remember that much when I was 7, but I think I was pretty excited to go out for the first time.
Okay, so Landon, let's talk now about where did your awesome and super cool racing number come from?
Well, I've always been a Kevin Harvick fan when I was littler, and then when I moved up to 600s, I decided I'd add a G to it for Gasseling.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So, Landon, let's talk now about, okay, when you're out there on the racetrack and you're ready to go on the track, what helps get you mentally focused and prepared to take the track and go out and race?
Well, I don't really get pumped up that much. I work on the cars until I get in the car, and then when I get in the car, it's kind of just getting focused. And once I'm focused, then just do my thing.
Okay, so Landon, when you're in the car, do you ever say to like your mom, your dad, your crew, just give me a little time to kind of get my head in the zone here and ready to go?
Yeah, a little bit. They kind of just go off and watch and kind of just let me do my own thing.
Okay, so Landon, being you're out there racing in your racing career, what is the most craziest and worst incident you've had happen to you as a race car driver?
Well, actually, I've been pretty lucky. I flipped my quarter midget a few times, but other than that, I really haven't had that much.
Okay, so did you get hurt at all in your quarter midget ride?
Nope,
No.
never. I've never been hurt from racing.
Okay, so Landon, now with your racing career, where do you see yourself in 5 years with your racing career?
Well, hopefully move up to unrestricted after the Tulsa shootout, and then continue to run 600s for quite a while.
Okay, so where do you see yourself in 10 years with your racing career then?
Well, hopefully continue to run 600s for a little while, and maybe end up getting an opportunity to get up into 405 or 410 or 305 or some bigger sprint car.
Okay, if you were to move up to a 410, do you have a dream car owner that you'd like to drive for?
No, not really. I'd be happy with any opportunity I could get to get in one.
Okay, so Landon, let's talk now about your racing nickname. What is your racing nickname?
Well, back from quarter midgets, Butch always called me Gas Man, and that's kind of stuck with that.
So Landon the Gasman Gasling, you're talking to somebody else that has a racing nickname, Landon. I am the Full Throttle rock star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Landon, what is your home racetrack that you race on?
Well, we're in 45 minutes from any tracks, so we really travel a lot. But Fort Morgan's the closest, but we travel quite a bit.
Okay, so what is your favorite track to race on, Landon?
I like a lot of them, but I think Fairbury, Nebraska, Jefferson County Speedway. I think that's definitely my favorite.
Okay. So Landon, let's talk now about your racing hero. Who is your racing hero?
Kyle Larson. I think he can get in anything and bring it to the front.
So talking about Kyle Larson, what do you think about this whole deal with him in the chase this year? He kind of got taken out of the chases last week. That's
Yeah, I
kind
know.
of
I was kind of disappointed, but I don't know. I think he'll be back next year.
So here's another question for you there, Landon. What do you think of the next gen car?
I don't know. It's a little different. I
Yeah.
I don't really know though. It's definitely different.
So Landon, have you ever met Kyle Larson and Kevin Harvick at all?
Um, I've seen him, but I don't think I've ever really met him.
Okay. So Landon, now when you're at the racetrack and you're in the pit area, who helps work on your race car with you?
Well, it's mostly my mom, my dad, and my brother and me. But at the racetrack, sometimes we'll get family and friends to come back and help us if we need it.
Okay. And who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Justice and Colby Sokol have helped us a lot get going in this, and Gary Lockman's a pretty good friend.
Okay. So Landon, let's go a little bit further into your racing career here a little bit. So Landon, when you're at the track and you're getting hungry, what's your favorite thing to eat at the track?
Well, I like Chef Rado's burgers. He makes the best burgers.
Okay. Burgers are good. I give you that. Burgers are very good. So Landon, who do you have for sponsors on your race car?
Well, we don't really have a lot yet, but Williamson Cattle and Gasseling Cattle have helped us out a little bit this year.
Okay. So are you still looking for sponsors, Landon?
Yeah, definitely. Would appreciate anything we could get to help us keep going and keep doing what we want to do.
So Landon, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. If there's anybody going to be out here watching this racing show with me and Landon, the gas man, Gasling, and his number 4 micro sprint team, and you would like to help him out, get some more sponsors, reach out to Landon, his mom Cassie, and his dad Tim, because they'd appreciate the racing. They would appreciate the sponsorship as Landon gets further into his racing career. So Landon, when you're away from the track, what's your favorite thing to do away from the track?
Play some sports, football, basketball. Like to go golfing on the weekends with family, and that's really about it. Go watch the races sometimes.
Okay. So what other types of racing do you like to watch, Landon?
Now that we've started running dirt, we've gotten to the World of Outlaws and all that stuff. I enjoy a lot. And then we have a couple local tracks that we go watch sometimes.
Okay. So Landon, do you play football then?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What position are you in football?
Well, we play 6-man, so it's a little bit different, but most of the time a receiver and a safety.
Okay, very cool. So Landon, what does your friends in school think about you being a race car driver?
Well, they're pretty supportive of me and think it's cool what we do and tell me good job all the time when they get back and they hear how we did.
Okay. So Landon, when you're away from the track, what is your favorite restaurant to eat at?
I like Oya. It's one of our hometown Mexican restaurants.
Oh, I love a good Mexican restaurant. We have a good one out here, Landon. It's called Don Jose's. It's really good.
Yeah.
And then we have El Agave. And then there's one about a half hour away from me that's pretty good too. So Landon, when you're at home, I'm gonna put you on the spot here now. When you're at home and you're getting ready to sit down for a home cooked meal, what is your favorite home cooked meal that your mom makes for you?
I really like her enchiladas. They're definitely my favorite.
Okay, very cool. So Landon, with your racing career and stuff like that going on, what type of chassis do you run then?
Oh, we run a Stallard that's made by EMI, and that's what we've just started out in. So
okay. And do you know the story behind Stallard and EMI, their chassis builder?
Not really, no.
Okay, their chassis builder that builds chassis for you guys, Brian Schnee. Brian Schnee used to race 360 sprint cars up about a half hour north of me for a good number of years. Yeah. He used to drive a number 20 car.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and his brother-in-law, Landon, crazy enough, is the 3-time Knoxville national champion, Doug Wolfgang.
Never knew that. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. I think 3 or 4 time. Anyway, yeah, his brother-in-law is a Knoxville national champion. But
that's awesome.
Landon, so let's talk now about uh so you help work on your race cars. What's your favorite part about working on the race car?
I like grooving tires. I don't know why. I just
Okay.
enjoy grooving the tires.
So Landon, another thing I was going to ask you too is, as a race car driver, what's your favorite part about being a race car driver? Do you like the actual driving part of it, or do you like being around the fans?
Definitely the driving part.
Okay. All righty. Very cool. Very cool. So Landon, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put you on the spot again. I'm going to let you ask me a question if you'd like.
When did you start the racing show?
Back in April of 2018. It was actually created by a friend of mine. I have been a racing fan for 30 years, and he is the one that created this. He races and his son races. And they shot the idea to me, and we started out with Facebook Live, 38 viewers. And a year and a half to 2 years later at Landon, we had over 2,000 some viewers throughout the USA and Canada.
That's awesome.
And then all at once, we made the move to YouTube.
Yeah, that's cool.
And out here, Landon, I tell you what, you get in a sprint car. I would love to see you race out here. Definitely. We've got a lot of dirt tracks out here where I'm at, between Iowa and Minnesota alone. We have about 60 plus dirt tracks out here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hopefully I can maybe get out there someday.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. So Landon, with that being said, I'd like to thank you for being on the racing show with me tonight, talking to us about your racing career. Do you have anybody you'd like to send a special thank you out to?
Tony Walker, Household Racing, and Soco Motorsports for helping us get going, and my parents, my brother, and Josh Huff, and all the friends and family that come to the racetrack and support us.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you, Landon, for being on the racing show with me tonight. I will call you in a little bit to thank you in person. I'll have you step out. I'll give a little racing news update here, and I will call you in person to thank you. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you know how to exit out of Zoom, Landon? There you go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, racing news update time again. We're going to go ahead and give a little more racing news update here, ladies and gentlemen, on some racing news subjects. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, these kids in their racing careers, they're going places, definitely. Good luck to the kids in their racing careers. I'm very proud of the Gasseling family, Landon and Keegan, because they are very, very talented. But definitely, ladies and gentlemen, Landon and Keegan Gasseling, very, very awesome people. But other than that, good luck to them in their racing careers. Definitely, they're definitely going places, and I'm very proud of them boys. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Manning Motorsports for being a part of this racing show with me tonight and sponsoring the racing show. But also, I would like to thank all of you racing fans also for being a part of this racing show with me tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to sponsor this racing show, or if you know of anybody that would like to be on this racing show, feel free to call or text me at 712-209-7138, or you can email me at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can even definitely go press like on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on Facebook, and definitely go press like, hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification button on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have a good night, and catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, have a good night.